So, I was pretty skeptical when The Last of Us adaptation was announced back in 2020. Almost every time a studio tries to adapt a beloved video game, it always turns out to be a huge disappointment. And now, my favorite video game ever was next. But I'm very happy to say that The Last of Us finally breaks this curse with a pilot episode that is just incredible. We start the episode with a talk show set in 1968, and this scene does a fantastic job of setting up the danger that is about to come. Like, this guy explains the science behind the virus so well, he explains it like a high school textbook, and you almost get the feeling that it could really happen. I mean, it could. Then we cut to this amazing looking intro with the original theme song from the game playing, which immediately makes it feel like The Last of Us. And let us not forget the original composer from the games, Gustavo Santaolalla, returned to compose the soundtrack for the show. After that we fast forward to 2003, where the show does something really great. It's treating us like we don't know what's gonna happen. People who didn't play the game would assume that Sarah, played incredibly well by Nico Parker, would be the main character of the show. But people who are familiar with the game know how this situation is gonna play out. And it's really nice we get to spend some more father and daughter time with Sarah and Joel, which only made Sarah's death that much more devastating than it did in the game. But before that happens, we get this nerve-wracking scene of Sarah, Joel and Tommy trying to escape from their hometown. And director Craig Mazin does something so well here, chooses to film this episode handheld and have long takes, which makes you feel like you're in the back of Joel's truck trying to escape with them. After this sequence we get a 20-year time jump and see how Joel has been keeping up after all these years, and I just want to say that Pedro Pascal just absolutely hits it out of the park as Joel. And we also get introduced to Bella Ramsey as Ellie, and even though she didn't have that much screen time, I really loved her performance in this episode. Another thing I really loved is the way the world looks and feels. People look tired, everything is overgrown, and it really shows this series is made by people who really care about the source material. We end this episode with a great cliffhanger, which makes you want to watch the next episode immediately, and that's exactly what a pilot should do. Like, I'm dying to see episode 2, and I already know what's gonna happen because I played the game. That's how good it is! So yeah, episode 1 of The Last of Us is a masterpiece, and with such a great director as Mazin, I believe we're in good hands for the rest of the show. He isn't afraid to make different and bold moves, but still being able to capture the spirit of the game and be loyal to the story. And that is why The Last of Us pilot is brilliant.